Jai Hind, Saraswati Sisukunj Vagwala Borsad, English Medium Standard 7, Subject Science. We are continuing with the chapter number 15, Light. Right, this is video number 2. So what we have studied in first part of the video, we studied the light travels in the straight path. We have seen this activity. Okay, then we also have studied that reflection we can see in the water, even in the mirrors, right? And we studied about the reflection, that image reflection, right, that appears in the opposite side of the object inside the mirror. We also understand that what is right for the object, that will be left for the image or reflection, right? Whatever, if it is left for the object, that will be right for the image, right? So that we understand. Okay, then we understand that there are two kind of mirrors. First one is concave mirror, and second one is convex mirror. Okay, concave mirrors means, let me draw it here so it will be easy for you. So this is concave and this becomes convex. So this is its reflecting surface. Here this inner surface will be reflecting surface, right? In previous video we have seen this concave mirrors activity, if you remember, right? So today we will discuss about its properties. So properties of image formed by concave mirror. So what kind of properties is there, right? So here it can be real image that formed by concave mirror, it can be real or virtual, right? So or virtual. Okay, secondly we can say it can be inverted or erect, right? So these are two properties. There is one more. It can be real or it can be virtual. It can be inverted or it can be erect, right? If this is original object, then this is its inverted image, right? Inverted. Okay, and erect means straight. Whatever the object is, it is same as it is inside the concave mirror. So that two kind of images we can get, erect or inverted. Okay, now third property is it can be same size, smaller than the object, or larger than the object. So these are the properties of concave mirror, right? Now if we talk about applications of concave mirror, right, what are the applications of concave mirror? So concave shape, actually, right, it is used in, concave shape is used in satellite dishes to concentrate the waves at one center point, right? So basically here we are concentrating light rays if we are talking about mirrors. Okay, other way we can say that, it is used in headlight reflectors. If you have seen headlight, there is a silver part inside the headlight, right? I'm not talking about the glass which is outer side, I'm talking about the inside. After the bulb, if you will observe, there is a silver part. So there are reflectors. That reflectors are in a shape of concave. Okay, if you will see torches, there is also concave shape which is nearby the bulb, right? So that are the application. One more thing, doctors, dentists especially, they use this concave mirror part to see the tooth of patient, right? So they can observe it very clearly. So this is how this concave mirror, its properties, right? This is a shape of concave mirror and its application. Now let's talk about convex mirror. Now here you can see that I used convex mirror, right? And it is placed in front of the candle, right? You can see here that if I am changing the distance, if I'll change the distance of candle, right, then also there is no any change in the image which formed inside the convex mirror, right? If I'm taking it away, right, then also it is smaller, right, and it is erect, it is not inverted. The image that you are observing inside the mirror, it is not inverted, it is erect. So we can say that image is virtual, right, and smaller than the size of a candle. It is smaller, but it is little bit clear also, right? So here if I am changing the distance, right, then also it is smaller only, smaller than the actual size of the candle. If I am taking it little bit far away, then also you can observe here, right, that it is smaller only. So let's talk about now convex mirror, right? Convex mirror, you can see here, this part is reflecting part. Okay, now here properties of image formed by convex mirror. So properties we talk about, it is always virtual. The image which you are getting from this convex mirror, it always virtual. Right, it is always upright. It is always upright, means erect. Okay, and the last one, it is always smaller than the object. Right, it is always smaller than the object. So these are the properties of convex mirror's image, right? Image which is formed by convex mirror. These are the properties. Okay, so now let's talk about applications of convex mirror, right? Applications. So simply we can say that it is used as the rear glass of your vehicles, right? That we have already discussed in last video. Just take a look of all properties. Now let's talk about lenses. So there are also two types of lens. First one is convex lens and second one is concave lens, right? So here let's talk about the shape of both. So here first one, convex lens is, it looks like this, right? Thick from the middle, it is thick from the middle, right? And from the edges it is narrow, right? Now here if you'll see, it is thick from the edges and narrow from the middle. So this is your concave lens and this is your convex lens, right? Okay, now when light rays will fall here, right, this lens will merge these light rays at some point. So this lens is known as converging lens. Okay, now if you'll see here, if light rays will fall here, right, it will diverge, right? The light rays are getting spread, it will diverge the light rays, so it is known as diverging lens, right? Now these two lenses also form images. Okay, so look here, my arrangement. This is convex lens, right? It is not mirror, it is lens. Here is a candle. I will use this candle as my object. I am keeping my convex lens over here. Right now I will try to catch image of this candle on the other side, this side on my screen, right? Okay, so let's try to do that activity. For that we require some dark area, so let me close the door. Okay, now just try to see on the screen that what we are getting. Okay, here you can see there is image of candle, right? Clearly you are able to see the image of candle, right? Okay, it is same size actually. Right now it is of same size as the candle's flame. Sometime, you know, when you are getting this image, it becomes smaller, or sometime you are getting it larger, right? If you will change the distance, we can see that the size of image will change. Look here, when I'm taking it away, right? Look here, now it is larger. If I'll keep it more closer, I can get here. Look, it is larger than the original object, right? Here image is real, image is real. Now this is my convex lens. What is this? This is my convex lens, and that side is my object. Now I will try to see image of that object in my lens. Now see actual size. Now we will observe size of candle or flame, whatever we are getting inside the lens. Now see here, it is very enlarged, no? The size is very enlarged, right? If you take it closer, then also it remains enlarged. Look here, the size that you are getting. Right now you can see the candle part, right? You are able to see the candle part. It is also bigger than the actual one. See the actual one and see the image which is created inside the lens, right? Now you are able to see that image that you are getting from this convex lens, it always enlarge, right? Bigger than the size of object, and it is erect, right? It is erect. We can say that it is virtual also. So let's see properties of images formed by these lenses. Okay, now here if we talk about convex lens and images getting formed by this, generally, right, it is real, inverted and smaller than the object. Right, now when you are keeping objects so close to the lens, when you are keeping your object so close to the lens, then your image will be virtual, right? It will be erect and it will be larger than object. Right, so generally it is real, which we can obtain on the screen, right? Okay, and when it is far, when you are keeping the object closer to the lens, virtual image will form. It will be always erect and larger, right? So whenever real image is formed, it will be inverted. Whenever virtual image forms, it is erect, right? Now let's talk about concave lens. Now you can see the arrangements here. This is my concave lens, right? This is my concave lens, and that is my object. Now see here, object size, you have to observe it carefully. Now whatever image here you are getting, that image size we need to observe. Now see here, what is the size of image, right? It is smaller than the object. This image is smaller than the object. Now with the help of this concave, we can get image which is smaller than the object, and it is erect, it is up straight, right? It is erect. So this is the property. Now let's talk about concave lens and its properties. So properties of image formed by concave lens. So here always, whenever you are keeping object, the virtual image will form here. When virtual image will form, it will be always erect, right? It will be always erect and smaller than the object. Right? Okay, so these are properties of images which is formed by concave lenses. Now here only applications of convex lens is given in your textbook, that only application this convex lens is used as magnifying glass, right? It is also used in telescopes, or we can say we can say that binoculars, right? This convex lens is used. Convex lens is also used as reading glasses or spectacles, we can say. So these are the applications of convex lens. Now if we will talk that you have seen one activity in primary, that whenever you are trying to focus the light rays on some particular object like paper or a cotton, right, it will burn, right? So it is actually creating the image of a sun on that particular object, right? So don't try to look that sun directly from this convex lens, it can be harmful for you. Or don't focus sunlight on your any body part, right? It will burn that part. So take care for that. I know that most of the students have this convex lens at home, right? Now let's go through next topic. So our next topic is sunlight. We are trying to identify that sunlight that you are seeing daily, it has any color inside it. So during monsoon season, many times you have seen a big colorful arc, right, in the sky, right? So that arc has many colors in it. Generally you have observed that in the morning when you are observing this arc, it will be in the west, right? And if you are observing that arc in the evening, so that in the evening that arc will be in the east. Why? Because this kind of rainbow, right, that thing is called rainbow, you all know. So that rainbow will always form in the opposite direction of the light source. So here in the morning, sun will be in the east, so it will form in the west, right? And during evening, if we are talking about when sun, that light source is in the west, so our rainbow will form in the east. So this is how. Now what is this rainbow, right? So to understand that, here you can see one picture. There is a prism from which one light ray is passing, and on the other side you can see 7 different colors. Now you will ask me that how you can say that, or how we are getting these 7 colors, how we can separate it, or how they are coming out from the prism. So look here, generally if we talk about, so there is a specific frequency of every color. Frequency, right now it is a little bit difficult for you to understand the frequency, but remember that word, every color has a different frequency, right? So according to that frequency, if I'll compare with the energy, a color which has more energy will come out first, and a color which has less frequency, right, it will come out at the last. And in between, according to the energy, when energy get decreased, the colors will come out from the prism. But you will not see the first, then second, right? It doesn't take much time, right? It is in microsecond. When that ray will form on the prism, all 7 colors you can see immediately, right? But the thing is, I give you example of a classroom, that I'll keep you in one classroom to all the students, right? And I'll close the door. I'll say that who will come out first, right? A student who has more energy, that student will come out first, and then, right, all students one by one, they will try to push each other and they will try to come out, right? So here is the same thing. Light is traveling from the prism, the medium is changing, right? Light is traveling from the prism, and light want to come out from that prism. So one by one, that color will come out, right? But our eyes is not capable to see that much, incident which happens in microseconds, right? So we can see it directly. Okay, so now this rainbow is, we can say it is in sunlight only, right? So we can say sunlight is made up of 7 colors, right? Or we can say sunlight contains 7 colors, right? There are 7 colors inside the sunlight, we can say in general. Now which colors are there? You have seen the colors. There is red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, indigo, right? These 7 colors are there. Okay, now if you want to do one activity, there is an interesting activity which is given in your textbook. You have to just take a cardboard, right, cut it in a circle shape, then make 7 parts as given in the figure, and then paint these colors on it, right? Now create hole in the center using one stick, right? Now you have to insert that stick inside the hole, right? Now move that with your hands and try to observe that what you are able to see on the colored surface. Is it white? You can see here, right? Yes, definitely it becomes white because all colors are moving together, right? So all colors are moving together, and eyes actually it doesn't become white. When you will stop that cardboard, again you are able to see the 7 colors, but when you will move it, you will see the white color because our eye will see all colors together, right? All colors, the rays which are getting reflected from the colors will come together in your eye, so your eye will identify it as a white color. I hope you understand the topic, right? Now this was your chapter light, in which we have studied that light and the mirrors and lenses. So mirror and lens is very important topic, right? If you still have confusion, right, you can ask me during the live class, otherwise see this video again so you will understand it better. Thank you.